What's up?
I'm having issues and it's pissing me off.
What's your issues?
So I'm trying to do something on DaVinci Resolve, and I've got this media clip that I always use, and it's basically just the credits that we roll. But for some reason, it's pulling it in and then just saying media offline at random points throughout the clip, and then other parts of the clip work.
It's saying media offline. Did you accidentally delete those files?
No, it's one file. Like it reads in one file, but then we'll have media offline at random points throughout the file.
So it has media offline for your video?
Yes.
So that's the video you got straight from Twitch?
No, this is a video clip I pulled in that I keep on my hard drive. And it pulls it in fine. And it even when I'm watching it in the playback, it's all there, but it's got little red spots that say media offline in the timeline, and that keeps the video from rendering. I just wait for
Yeah, that's happened to me before, but it's only happened with whole clips, not parts of a.
Yeah, it's happened with whole clips before to me when I like had moved them or something.
Yeah, it happens to me when I like accidentally delete them before I finish the project.
Here, before we start, look at this. I'm just.
We're live, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi. I'm still gonna show you.
It's fine.
Because maybe somebody will know.
I've never had that problem with DaVinci Resolve. I also haven't had to use it in a very serious manner in quite a bit.
Okay, but look at this. Tell me when you can see it.
Okay, I can see.
Do you see how it's one clip, but see how it's got media offline here and media offline here? But when I play it, and it's literally just our credits, but it still rolls. Like it's still working up here. But because it says this, it won't render.
Have you tried just like starting the program? It might just be a bug.
Maybe. It's an annoying bug.
That is weird.
Ah, God. And these episodes take like 4 hours to render.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I have to start
especially
that
in
over.
DaVinci. DaVinci it takes a while to render.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
I need to get a more interesting.
Can you see me?
I could for a second.
Okay. I'm back. Okay. I'm back.
I couldn't remember how I had you perfect.
Did we determine it was whose trivia? I want to say yours.
No, I'm gonna say yours.
I don't have one.
I don't either. I can think of a really bad one and take the blame.
Hold on.
That's more believable.
Mine's probably going to end up being hard. I had one,
Let
but
me do it.
I need to verify the answer.
I got a really stupid one. Finished off my 2-liter of Dr. Pepper today, everybody.
Good for you.
It was only like right here. Don't think too much of it. I didn't drink that much of it.
All right, fine.
I was just sitting here. I had it with dinner. I had a steak.
Yum.
It was good. And green beans. I ran out of steak sauce, A1, so I had to run. After I got done cooking, I had to run back to the store to get steak sauce. And they didn't have A1. They just had something that said steak sauce on it. And I got it, and it was probably the worst thing I'd ever tasted in my life.
A1 is like horse shit anyway.
A1 is you like Heinz 57. I want to hear it.
A1 is gross.
A1 is delicious. I could drink that stuff.
And you're gross.
Now recording.
Hey, at least Craig joined. Good for you, Craig. Way to bring your weight.
The way this light hits my lips makes me feel like I wear lipstick.
You do wear lipstick.
I don't.
You should.
Why? My lips are red as heck. I don't need help. I think it's my blood pressure.
You want to talk some Final Fantasy?
Uh-huh.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 87 of Highwind Herald. I forgot how to do this because we've been off for like 2 weeks.
I bet you people forgot I was a part of this.
This network.
I bet everyone forgot.
Solo is still here. I mention you every now and then on Kupo Quest. So
I missed it last night. I actually completely forgot about it.
It's because you don't care and you're not supportive.
It's the first one I've missed. I was just playing WoW and I was like, oh crap, Kupo Quest.
I wish I had a quarter for every time WoW got in the way of this show. Or
I think I mentioned it more than 14.
I think you do. Speaking of that, though, what is your trivia question for the week? I don't know if it's going to be 14 related, but
I'm going to go Chronic. I don't usually talk to chat, but I'm sorry, Psychic Gamer. I'll be there next time.
Oh, Psychic in the chat.
Yeah. No. So I thought you said you were going to do the question because neither one of us remembered. I mean, I got one.
I said I was going to do the question, and you said no. I said it was going to be hard, and you said no, I got it.
Okay, I can do it. Which character in Final Fantasy VI has a dog?
Oh, Shadow.
You had to look up for a second. You're like, I know this, but good lord,
well,
I don't.
I wanted to call him Shade. I was like, that's not right.
To the contrary to everybody, neither one of us could remember whose trivia question it was. I was
well, because it's been 3 weeks since we've recorded because we've dealt with some sickness, and then oh wow, I guess Thanksgiving too was there. Man, plus it's the holidays. Who's listening to podcasts and the holidays? Everybody, I'm sure. But
travel's high. I'm sure it's really high podcast time. We should just start recording on holidays.
No thanks. That's fine for the one that doesn't have to edit it and put it together and all that stuff.
I think it would be fun.
Speaking of that, though, we almost had to miss again tonight because last week I was super sick because I got my COVID flu shot the day before, and then somehow the flu found its way into our house, and I think I'm getting it. So.
Oh no.
Yeah. Fun. Anyway, that's gonna suck, but we do have some stuff to look forward to, at least with Final Fantasy coming up in the next little bit. But I guess first, what have you been doing, man? I haven't talked to you in so long. I don't even
So
know if you still like Final
I
Fantasy.
love Final Fantasy. Let's go over a chronicle of a few things. So last Monday I
Oh no.
reinstalled Final Fantasy. No, last Sunday I reinstalled Final Fantasy 14. And I
Mhm.
played it for like 5 hours in a row. I was really digging it. I did
Have you
some
finished
PvP.
MSQ?
No, I didn't even touch it.
You didn't
I
even what is wrong with you?
I didn't even touch it. I was doing
What is wrong with
I
you?
was doing dungeons. I leveled my warrior. Did a few PvP things. I was like, God, I really
Uh,
miss this game. I'm glad to be back into it. One day
quick question.
later,
I don't mean to interrupt you, but doing PvP, you're doing crystalline conflict. Yeah.
I did a
You
few, and I did a few
Did you hit the new map?
front lines. No, I didn't.
Didn't hit the new map.
I
Okay.
wish I had, but I didn't. I spent a majority of my time leveling my machinist.
Cool.
Because I went back to PC and I switched to my Reaper. I was like, oh
I had someone
yeah,
tell me the other day that the two most useless classes in the game were Red Mage and Machinist.
hey, maybe I should main machinist and we can be a useless duo. That would be
Yeah,
pretty fun.
that's what they told me.
Well,
So
I
I was
mean,
like,
they
okay.
probably think that because machinist doesn't offer a lot to the raid other than technician. They're
I know.
literally just like damage. They don't offer any
I
utility.
was
But
I was
Red
triggered.
Mage is the only thing that's not a healer that can brez. So if you call that useless,
Wow, Summoner can too.
that's still the minority.
Well,
So
actually, their quote was, "That's all they're good for. That's all they're good. That's all Red Mage is good for."
was it from Twitter?
I was seeing red. Actually, I was like, "Oh,
Was it from Twitter?
it could have been, but no. You'd think, right?"
I would. But unfortunately for me in Final Fantasy 14, our love child, a new World of Warcraft expansion came out the next day, and that is literally all I've been doing. It is so good. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Traitor.
I'm not gonna talk about
That's bull. We will not make it through this episode without you bringing it back up.
it. But it is very, very,
I would put
very
money
good.
on that.
It's very good.
Well, you've been doing a little bit more than me. I did play Final Fantasy VI again and got so frustrated that I haven't touched it yet again because I'm at the part where you got to feed Sid some fish
Are
to
you
make him
still
feel
doing
better.
that?
Yeah, I don't know. He's just never gonna get better. I swear I've fed this guy 400 fish by now. So that's an exaggeration, but I have done that at least 50 times. And I'm like, this is not worth it. Just die already. So,
No.
yeah, so that's annoying me. So I kind of stopped doing that. I haven't really been playing 14. I'm still kind of on my break, just got a lot of stuff going on. But we do have news coming up very soon that the Moogle Treasure Trove event is coming back. And those are always so much fun. And they give you so many cool mounts. And I do have MSQ to do, so I'm thinking that I won't make it past the holiday break without being sucked back into that. We'll see.
Well, we really do need to get to the MSQ eventually, especially before the next.
Well, yeah, and the next patch is going to be January, so I do plan on at least finishing that off.
We need to get to that pretty soon because it's kind of there's no real excuse.
Yeah,
we
not
haven't
at this
even
point.
touched it.
Well, it's not from lack of wanting to, really, especially on my part. I've been very focused with, putting together our new show, Kupo Quest. That's been taking up a lot of my time.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I have been relaxing and having a little bit of time to do something, been playing some Gotham Knights, and I'm like super addicted to Attack on Titan right now too.
Okay,
So
if we can have a small detour, our sister got him into Attack on Titan, which I got really mad about at first because I didn't get him into like I don't remember what I think Bleach. I was trying to get you into. Which I'm not
Bleach and One Piece. You're like it's
okay.
Fine. It's only like 1,000.
I tell everyone to get into One Piece. I'm addicted, but Bleach is something more realistic you will get into because
that was after the Attack on Titan thing.
I'm still really big on the Bleach board, but I finally started Attack on Titan and I caught up to the anime, and
I'm catching up to you.
It is like purely a masterpiece in storytelling.
Yeah, I'm doing the manga, so I'll actually. Are you still got your pact with our sister that you won't finish the manga?
Scared to break it. I didn't make a pact. It was a threaten.
A threat.
I'm too scared to even read one chapter.
I'm not slowing down. There's 36 volumes and I'm on 27. So
yeah, you're almost there.
I'm there.
So if you are a manga reader or an anime watcher, Attack on Titan is my second favorite anime. And
pretty good.
manga, I guess you could say, even though
Not
you
to
should
not
look into
to
it.
bring the derail back, but I also need to get back into the Final Fantasy Lost Stranger manga because I was really enjoying that and just kind of got distracted because Attack on Titan is really, really good.
It is very good.
But the Lost Stranger, I was really enjoying. I think I was on volume 4. Those are a little bit harder to find, though. I'm just basically having to order the next volume each time,
Yeah,
and that gets a little expensive.
it'd be cool
Attack
if
on
they made
Titan
an
at least was
anime
at my
for it.
library. So
If they made an anime for
I don't know
that,
if
that'd
they
be pretty
did.
cool.
That would be cool. It's a pretty good story. It's a pretty interesting story. So, here's the other problem, though. And this is kind of a segue, I guess, into the major topic for today is, I wouldn't mind playing some Final Fantasy 14 over the holidays.
But
But I'll there's something else that's
happening.
threatening my attention. 2 things, actually, because I still haven't picked up Pokemon. But we're about a week out from the Crisis Core remaster. So
I forgot all about it. I completely
Yeah.
forgot that was even coming out. Like
Yeah.
it was a thing. People already have their hands on copies to stream.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing
Yeah, like review
giveaways.
copies.
I saw someone streaming it, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And
Yeah.
then I looked at this next week.
I'm hearing really good things so far.
I'm personally super excited for it. Not because like
Yeah.
I played Crisis Core, not because I even know it's gonna be good, but
Yeah.
I count the time I started streaming. I did a little bit beforehand, but February 2020, when I did Final February, and I consider my first stream game to be Final Fantasy VII Remake. So this is gonna kind of be like a sequel, an homage to that. I'm gonna
More like
do
a
it
prequel, I think.
a prequel, maybe. It's just gonna be like a callback to those old days when I first got my first dedicated viewers. People were watching. Everyone was having a good time. I'm honestly thinking about dual streaming it onto the YouTube channel too.
Oh,
Highwind
you
Herald.
probably should. That's a great place for
I
it.
think that would be a really good idea.
I mean, I'm I'm doing all the heavy lifting on our YouTube channel right now.
Yeah. Well, you're doing everything. Kupo Quest is going straight there. You're doing a really good job with Kupo Quest, by the way.
Thanks.
There's just not a lot. I haven't had any time to do that in my show ideas.
It's the holidays. I mean, that tends to happen. I figured,
like,
even
tonight,
now we've missed those 2 weeks, and even I was like,
I
it's
know
fine. It's December.
I was starting to say the same thing, but I'm trying to not let myself get into that mindset because I didn't stream tonight because I get home from work and I'm just like I just can't even keep my eyes open. Like,
yeah. Well, Christmas is the. Oh, by the way, you're gonna love your Christmas present.
I saw you post that on
You're gonna love it. Okay, yes, and I missed Hive, by the way. I need to come back.
It's been gone for a while. You posted it.
This is gonna be a scattershot episode.
Whatever, it's fine. That's what happens every time we take a break.
Every time we take a break, it's like you'd think we never spoke outside of this podcast, but anyway, yeah. So Crisis Core coming out next week, and man, here's the thing. Is I just don't have the money for all these games that I want. And what's going to happen is I probably won't get Crisis Core next week. But what's going to happen is I'm going to get a little bit of money at Christmas because I always get a little bit of money. And then I'm going to have a choice to make. And it's going to be down between Crisis Core and Pokemon Scarlet. And it's going to be a hard choice. It's going to be a really hard decision.
I mean, I think if you didn't have to travel, I would definitely say Crisis Core.
Yeah,
but you're gonna be coming and traveling. And Scarlet, are you getting Scarlet?
Yeah,
it won't take you. I mean, it'll take you a bit to beat. It's not terribly long. It's really good. I mean, I love it. I've been on record saying it. But yeah, I get that. I mean, it's handheld.
Well, speaking of that, speaking of traveling, there is another game that we're supposed to be able to try this month. Do you remember a little game called what was it? Ever Crisis, which has been in ever delayed mode since they announced it forever ago.
When they finally made that second trailer in November too, they said late 2022, and I saw someone retweet it. I think it was Sector 6. Shout out. He retweeted it and said, "So December."
It's like
what do you mean late 20? It is late 2020. It's like the late 2022.
I think they mean like New Year's Eve.
I
think that's what
they're literally pushing the deadline back to midnight as hard as they can.
Well,
it's due at midnight.
Remind me, tell me if I'm mistaken, but wasn't the initial beta release supposed to be September? Did I make that up?
No, that sounds right. That
Yeah.
definitely sounds right.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I really am looking forward to that. And talking about, traveling and you know me, I've done the 180 on the mobile gaming, especially when it comes to Final Fantasy. It's just I'm not really digging
Yeah.
6, but like as far as mobile Final Fantasy gaming goes, I've really enjoyed it. And to be able to play that kind of retelling of Final Fantasy 7, I really want to do that.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, I'm almost more excited about that than I am for Crisis Core, just because I've played Final Fantasy 7 and I know I love that story.
See,
And I
I'm
know
more
people
excited.
say
I'm more excited
Crisis
for
Core's
Crisis Core for the opposite. It's because I
Yeah.
don't know that story at all because I missed out on the
True.
PSP
Yeah,
game.
that's a fair point.
Yeah, I'm more excited for that, but that doesn't mean I'm not excited. I don't like mobile games, and I'm still excited for Ever Crisis. So let that
Yeah.
sink in.
But yeah, late 2022, and today, as of this recording, is what, the 6th?
Still
Right?
haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I mean, by the time now, I would imagine it would be after Crisis Core. You don't think they would drop those on the same day, do you?
No, especially not at this point where they haven't said anything else about it.
Oh, come on.
I mean, it's coming. It's coming so.
Come on. This would not be the first time Square Enix did something that made no sense.
No, it definitely wouldn't. I don't know.
I just figured it out. You know why it's taking so long? They probably redid it from the ground up to be on the blockchain. That's what they've done. It's not just a mobile game anymore.
I would love that, but
an NFT blockchain game.
And I would love that.
I don't even know how that works. I still don't understand those things.
Actually, they're putting it off for the ports of the Pixel remasters to Switch.
Never gonna happen.
At this point, it really is never going.
At this point, I don't want them. I've already beat them all on my phone. I don't even want them anymore.
Me neither. Actually, I don't either. At all.
I'm not gonna rebuy them. I'm just not. If I do, it'll be like piecemealed very slowly. I'll probably buy my favorite ones on PlayStation when they go on sale, just so I can play them again for trophies. But at this point, it's been so long, I don't care. I really don't care about the console ports anymore.
No, me neither.
Which is a little sad, but
is what it is.
Yeah. Oh well. I could play Final Fantasy 4 again though. I did really like that one, and 2. And I said that just to see your face.
No, I don't. I just think it's funny. Like, I don't hate 2. I don't have a hatred for 2. I don't think it's good. I don't hate it though. I just think it's hilarious.
That I actually do like it.
Yeah.
Speaking of 2 though, I dropped Kupo Quest's minor spoiler, but we did name drop Minwoo last episode, so he's out there somewhere. Yeah. Dude. We had a lot of name drops actually. So we met as far as the last episode and a half, we've met Sarah, Furion, Minwoo has been mentioned. See, I'm leaning into the 2 a lot. Maybe I do like 2 more than I should.
Maybe.
And Garuda, of course.
Maybe. I think 2 needs a remake. They got a lot of good ideas that didn't get to flourish. I think it'd be cool to have a remake.
Well, and I like the story of it too. So that would, I would
flesh out the main characters a little more. I think that story would really.
I would do a Final Fantasy 2 remake in the vein of Stranger of Paradise. That'd be cool.
That'd be real neat. That.
Man, you still haven't beat that.
Maybe I'll just do a Final Fantasy stream day every week where I
February's coming up again too, right? So.
Oh, I didn't do Final February last year. Oh.
Was that just not a thing anymore?
I don't know. It just didn't happen last year. I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah. You were gonna do 8.
I did one day, and I was like, I was just like, I don't think streaming turn-based games is good for me. Because I like to like slouch in the couch while I play those and like turn my brain off and not. I just don't like to say anything while I play turn-based RPGs.
Yeah, well, especially the ones that aren't voice acted. I just kind of like to read and enjoy them.
What am I supposed to say? Like, I just got very bored, and I was like,
voice act, talk to yourself, back and forth.
I mean,
I'd love to watch
answer.
You do a scene of like Squall or Noah back and forth, like the scene in.
Now you're making me want to stream it. Like I'm talking about not wanting to. Now you're making me want to. Because if I gave Noah my female voice, you would.
Let's hear it. What's your female voice?
It's just like, so you get really nasally like this, And then you raise it up a bunch of octaves, and it sounds kind of like Minnie Mouse, but then you talk really fast, and then you can't even really understand.
That's your female voice?
I use that for every female.
It's really bad.
That was my Tifa voice when I streamed 7.
Really
and my
bad.
cloud voice was like, my cloud voice was like a 2002 Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh my god.
It was so. I had to stop streaming 7 because it was killing my throat. Going,
yeah, well,
all right, it's Cloud all the time, and oh man, it was so.
It's funny because you can do voices pretty well, but that female voice was just not. You need to work on that.
Well, it's what I want to pick.
It does sound a little bit like Minnie Mouse, just a little bit. It sounds like a Minnie Mouse you'd see on the streets of like New York, in like Times Square.
Oh, like a Spider-Man that's gonna steal your money.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm imagining when you do that voice.
Well,
having flashbacks to
chat loved it.
Didn't they?
Chat they loved it. Someone got a clip of me in my cloud. Oh, that brings me back to the thought. Did you know? I should have saved this for Highwind trivia, but I was reading. There's a clip. I think I clipped it on my channel, and I'm doing the Tifa voice during the stair scene when they're running up the stairs. She's like, Barrett's like, did you know she says the R word?
I not. Is it really fast? I'm sure I noticed it at the time.
No,
but
like you have to hit X to move by it. Because I was reading her lines and I got to it and I went, what did she say?
Tifa.
I was like,
I thought I liked you.
This game.
I guess I'm back on Team Eris now.
Don't say that on Twitter. But I was like, good lord.
And I called her Eris if you noticed. So that was a
that's a deep cut.
A double bait right there.
This game is either super woke or super not woke. I was like, whoa, product of its time.
Well, when was that? Like late 90s, I think.
97. I always remember it's 97 because
unfortunately was a much that word in particular in the late 90s was much more widely used and accepted than it is today. Not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying it was. So
it was so shocking for me to see, and I was like, huh?
You know what? I always take those stairs, and I don't know why, because it is the most boring thing on the planet. I mean, it gets kind of funny with some of the stuff they say, but in the
remake, I couldn't imagine not taking it. The remake is so good.
Well, the remake is. Yeah, the remake stairs. I did that too.
Barrett. So. It's so funny.
Yeah. Well, I took it just because I knew there'd be funny banter on the way up the stairs. So, that was a good scene. That was a good scene. Oh, man. Yeah, you never finished Intergrade either. Man.
I never even touched Intergrade.
You're like the worst Final Fantasy podcast host.
I've never even started Intergrade. I haven't even bought it.
I thought you did. I thought you did when it was on sale not long ago.
No.
You passed up a sale.
Yeah.
Oh, who are you?
Dumb.
Oh, yeah. A big old dummy with a bad girl voice.
See, you like it now.
Are you planning on picking up Crisis Core day
yes,
one?
I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up, and it comes out on the 12th?
13th, I think.
13th.
Tuesday.
So I'm picking it up and probably going to start streaming it on Wednesday.
Nice.
Or Thursday, because that's also when season 1 for Dragonfly comes out. I have to stream. But maybe like Thursday or Wednesday I'll start. And I'll stream it to the YouTube channel too, guys. And I'll call it like Crisis Core Reunion Part 1. I'll call the stream that, and I'll just have the whole VOD up as the part on YouTube. Warning. Content warning. If you're listening to this. I'm not going to act different than I do on my stream, and you're going to get bad language, but I know it's okay because I've watched Kupo Quest, and it has bad language, so I don't that bad. But yeah, but they use the language, so I don't feel bad. It's not like anything offensive, so don't worry. But I will be saying a few bad words, so if you don't like bad words,
so our policy on the podcast is to keep it, PG. We keep our language. I told Kupo Quest, I told my players, I'm like, I'm going for PG-13. Like, we can drop a couple bombs if we need to or want to in the moment, but we can't, be, We can't be out there talking like sailors. That was my goal.
Well, that happens sometimes on mine. So if that ends up slipping and happening, I'm sorry, but keep in mind I'm gonna be multi-streaming, so my Twitch community will also be there. So just keep that in mind, okay?
Yeah. But okay, so that'll be fun. So you're gonna be streaming that.
I am. I'm very excited about it, and I do
Cool.
plan to commit to completing the entire thing. And if I don't, I will shave my head bald. Hear me out. I'm not going to set a timeline.
I'm just before you die.
I'll say before like February, it'll be complete.
Oh,
I'll beat the game.
I'm not going to set a timeline, but I'm giving myself 2 months.
I think I can. If I really like it, I'll beat it in 5 streams.
A day and a half.
A day.
Yeah,
oh my god. Yeah,
I know.
I think that
you're like an addict. Like when something comes out, you're just like.
One of us is probably in the top 100 in the world for speed runs of Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood.
Probably.
Because
it's not me.
Flew through that, and I loved it. I think I slept like 4 hours a night, and when I wasn't asleep, I was playing. 14.
It was ridiculous.
It was.
It took me months to get through that. Now, in my defense. It's a long expansion, first of all.
It is.
And second of all, I had a newborn at the time I was playing through it.
I
was literally playing this game in the middle of the night with a sleeping newborn on my lap, with it barely turned up to where I could just hear some of the music.
And I was on a break from work.
Yeah.
So
then he comes in and he's like, "Oh, I started Stormblood." 2 days later, "Oh, I'm done with Stormblood."
I was just so excited to get I was just so excited to see. That's the other good part about the female voice is that you can't really understand what she says, so everyone else is like, "What?" But anyway, but getting through Stormblood,
there's no good part of your female voice.
There is. It's so good. It's like a South Park bit. Getting through that was a goal. I really enjoyed it, but I wasn't like, God, I just want to keep playing Stormblood. But when you keep hearing how good Shadowbringers is and you're that close to it, I was just like, rev the engine. And you know what? It was probably the third best expansion, Shadowbringers. Followed by Heaven's Word, and I can't say Heaven's Word is better than Endwalker.
Endwalker's the best
almost
one.
Perfect.
And I liked being at Endwalker when Endwalker came out instead of that, oh, I hear this is great, let's get to it.
Yeah, that was so different.
So even though it still took me games
forever to beat it.
Yeah, well, I was savoring Endwalker like a fine wine. I wasn't rushing through it. It was just so good, I didn't really want to stop.
Well, yeah.
So I had to kind of slow myself down a little bit.
Here lately, I've not been like that with games because it took.
You're already. Yeah, you have. You do that
I haven't.
Game.
It took me. Because Sonic Frontiers is a pretty short game, and it took me about 2 weeks to beat.
Really?
Yeah, Pokemon Violet took me about 4 days.
4 days. And how fast did you hit max level when this WoW expansion came out?
To be fair, literally like a day and a half. But to be fair, it was ungodly how fast and easy it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not even kidding. If I did my /play, it probably only took me like 7
By
hours.
the way, that was a trap. And whatever bet we had, I got you to bring it back up.
It was a very short leveling experience. But whatever.
I win. That'll be $100.
Violet didn't take me long. Sonic Frontiers took me a while. It's still my game of the year. By the way, go vote at the Game Awards. Game Awards are next week.
Impact.
No, I'll throw everything I own at you. That game didn't even come out this year. It's not even fair.
Go vote.
It's not even fair. Like, why? Whatever. But
well, here's the thing. My game of the years aren't even on there. I mean, my favorite games so far this year have been like Gotham Knights and
Gotham Knights didn't even get nominated for anything.
Dreamlight Valley. I mean, those are my 2 favorite games.
I'm surprised Dreamlight Valley didn't get nominated for
a casual game or something.
Casual game. Oh, oops. But I enjoy that short picture of Cloud there, everybody. I'm gonna look up really quick while I brought it up because I do know 14 is in the Game Awards, and we did that
usually
breaking news report last year.
Yeah. Now, Endwalker came out last year though, right? So it wouldn't be as far as in that. Although don't they have a best ongoing typically?
Yes, and I think that's it. So it's off topic, but Game of the Year nominations are A Plague Tale Requiem, which I've never heard of, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. which is a big deal that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 got nominated.
I would
way.
vote for Stray just because it's the only one I've played.
I hate to sound like a normie, but Elden Ring is probably objectively the best game. So good. So we have best ongoing game. Best ongoing. And our nominees are Apex Legends, Destiny 2, which I swear I think the Game Awards pay somebody because everyone I've ever talked to hates that game. I think they get paid.
I know somebody who's really into it.
Seriously. So it's always gets nominated. Final Fantasy 14, which I obviously voted for. Fortnite, which I don't like, but I can kind of understand. It's got really good this year. And Genshin Impact.
I'm really kind of surprised, not to bring it back up myself, but I'm kind of surprised WoW wasn't on that, especially with an expansion drop this year.
The expansion dropped after the nominees came out.
So that was still based on that last crappy expansion.
Yeah, so it didn't even get Overwatch 2 got a nominee for best online game.
I still think Final Fantasy 14 has a very good chance in that list. You read me.
If it loses, it's losing to Genshin Impact because for some reason those fans love that game. But
a cult following.
We also have most anticipated game, and it's Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Obviously,
that'll be a close race.
Obviously, on this show, I was on stream and I got convinced to vote for Legend of Zelda.
Are you kidding me?
Obviously, Final Fantasy 16 is my most anticipated game, obviously, but I got convinced.
Voted for Zelda.
Breath of the Wild is the only Zelda game I like. Controversial take. So, literally,
so you picked a sequel over entry 16 in the franchise you're on a podcast about.
16 is going to be great. Obviously, Starfield looks terrible.
How was 7 remake or not? What's it called?
7 remake part 2 or Rebirth?
That's not his name. Rebirth. How would that not make the list?
How did that not make the list? And actually, I can see why all these made the list.
Yeah, I can see why all those made the list. And to be honest, if you want my opinion, I for me it's Final Fantasy 16, but I do think Hogwarts Legacy is going to give it a run for its money.
People are really
popular.
People are really down for that. A few other things, Square Enix adjacent. Best role-playing game. And they're kind of set up for disaster because they're going up against Elden Ring, and I have a feeling Elden Ring is just going to sweep everything. It's
I do too.
God of War is the only thing it has a competition for, but even then, I don't think it's a question. It's the game of the year. But Elden Ring, Alive.
I figured that would be there.
Not Pokemon Scarlet, Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Well, to your point, wouldn't Scarlet and Violet have come out?
They're on the list for Player's Voice. They didn't get any nominees, though.
Okay.
They released in a really bad state. We have Triangle Strategy and Xenoblade Chronicles. So that's another thing some Square Enix things got voted for. Did they get a best mobile game? I'm sorry I'm kind of rambling right now. But I forgot.
This is actually decently on topic.
Yeah, I forgot because the Game Awards are very exciting. I know everyone rolls their eyes at the Game Awards
and stuff, but I think they're fun.
Everyone, they're like the Emmys for games, and it's hard to compare, but it's like whatever. Okay, so best. I
like when we say everybody rolls their eyes. Our sample size is Twitter, and to be completely fair, everyone hates everything on Twitter. Even the people who love things hate it. So
best multiplayer game.
I need to get back on high.
This is not related to Square Enix, but I really want to say it anyway.
You said multiplayer?
Best multiplayer game.
I would still think 14.
The nominees are Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Multiverses, which was a really good game, Overwatch 2, which I love, Splatoon 3, which I didn't play, and you want to take a guess at the last one?
Well, let's first of all define multiplayer. Does co-op count?
Yes.
Is it Ninja Turtles? Because it
Teenage
should be.
Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge.
Shredder's Revenge was an amazing
Shredder's Revenge. I think I voted for Overwatch, but I know I was on. I love I was on a call doing this with my streaming compadre, Wyoming Jet. He voted for Ninja Turtles.
Good for him. Maybe he should come on this show.
He doesn't know anything about Final Fantasy.
I can already tell I'd like him better.
Best performance? Let's see. Like now, I'm just looking for Square Enix.
Hmm.
but I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see too much, to be honest. I did expect to see Final Fantasy 14 in the best ongoing, and I expected to see 16 and 7 in the
Okay.
most anticipated.
If you
But
count Endwalker as a game of the year this year, which I don't think you do you?
I wouldn't because it came out last year.
When did it come out last year though? Like, did it come out at the end of the year?
I'm pretty sure
If
it
it,
did. Let me
if it,
see.
because if it came out after the Game Awards last year, it counts.
It came out December 3rd, 2021. So
I
if you
think
lump Endwalker in that, that's my game of the year. If that has how this works, if it's like fiscal year, October to October or whatever, that would be my game of the year. I don't think
this is
anything
best
for me is
score-
topped Endwalker.
If it counts, and it's not in best score in music, that's a crime.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a crime.
Yeah,
Because the last
God, it's
zone,
so good.
the last zone alone, the song they play,
That song,
literally, I
yeah.
logged in and went to that zone, and I was like, I miss this game. And
Yeah.
then, of course, we have. Okay, last thing.
I'll play that on my island sometimes. I'll go because you got a little jukebox there, and you can change and I'll play that song on my island.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Last thing, and it's not Square Enix related, so I'll just say it. Best video game adaptation, because video game adaptations usually suck, but randomly since like 2020, they've been amazing. So we've got Arcane, League of Legends, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, The Cuphead Show, Uncharted, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And I would vote for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's my favorite movie of all time. I would vote for it 1,000 times over and over.
Uncharted was this year? I thought that was a couple years ago.
No, Uncharted was this year.
The movie?
Yes.
All right, you want a hot controversial take?
It's better. If you say it's better than Sonic,
I loved that movie.
It's not better than
saying
Sonic
it's better
2.
than Sonic, but
Okay.
I love that movie. Like Sonic 2 is a really good movie.
It's literally like the perfect Sonic fan.
I loved the Uncharted movie, and I know that's pretty unpopular, but I loved it. And you know what though? I do think the Mario movie looks great. Mario's gonna give Sonic a run for his money.
No, I thought the first trailer looked good, and I'm not too big of a fan of the second one.
I thought the second one looked better, but it featured my girl Peach pretty.
Okay,
heavily,
she
though,
was
so.
awesome. She was awesome.
She was great,
and I do like the redesign for Donkey Kong to make him look more like the arcade Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
I just still not vibing with Chris Pratt, and they released that the movie's only going to be like 90 minutes, and they're trying to fit so much. Like I don't know.
They're fitting a lot. When I saw the Mario Kart and the Rainbow Road,
I was like, they're fitting a lot into 90 minutes. And I was like, this is going to just feel like a chaotic movie of just thing with like little, I don't know.
Now we're off topic.
Very off topic. Now
we've officially moved off topic.
Very off topic. But
so
summary,
to bring it back on topic, with the Game Awards, there are some Final Fantasy stuff, and it looks like mainly we've got 14 and 16, right?
Yeah, and there's some Square Enix stuff. Well, yeah, I think Harvestello's on there somewhere. I was trying to find it and I couldn't.
Yeah, I haven't played that one either. Just there's too many games and not enough money.
Live Alive and what was the other one? The other Square Enix game?
I can tell you what it wasn't. It wasn't Babylon's Fall, right?
No, it wasn't Babylon's Fall.
And it wasn't First Soldier.
No.
May it rest in peace.
Salute to that. But make sure you vote for some of those things, and if you don't, I'll be streaming. It's in 2 days. I think it's tomorrow, actually. I'll be streaming my live reaction. Actually, no, it's Thursday.
It's over.
It's Thursday. That's right. Oh, well, never mind. Don't vote. I'll be streaming the live reaction to it all. So if you're watching the YouTube, just tune back in. But it's gonna be a good time. I love the Game Awards. Now, normally they do good announcements, but like last year's announcements really were like not good, and it was a very boring show. I did not like last year's.
You think we'll get anything new for 7?
So we are getting something new for 16.
16, okay.
Because
why can't I remember the 7 remake part 2?
I don't think so. But
what is it? 7 what is it?
Rebirth.
Rebirth. Thank you.
So Jeff Keighley, was it Jeff Keighley or is it just? Might have just been. Yeah, it was just.
Did they tease something for 16?
So no, they just like the big man is coming back. So like Reggie from the ex-president of America, Nintendo, Reggie's gonna be there. Now I don't know if it's a fever dream. That's why I'm looking on here. But
you have a lot of those, do you?
Yeah, I make up a lot of stuff in my head.
You do that. You'll be like, this happened. I'm like, are you sure?
I'm pretty sure I dream about this stuff and then just like think it into reality.
Yeah.
Or at least I think good. because the Game Awards have been tweeting out guests that are going to be there to like present awards and like, yeah. So right here, next Thursday, the Game Awards is humbled to welcome Naoki Yoshida, producer of Final Fantasy 16, to the show for a very special live presentation. So Yoshi P is going to be at the Game Awards doing a presentation.
Watch anything Yoshi P was in.
And they specifically said that he is on board with Final Fantasy 16, not 14. So there will be a new 16 trailer. I'm willing to put my bone.
Yeah, well, and based on just the cadence that they tend to do things, they do tend to do, 2 years between expansions? So wait a minute, wouldn't that put next December a new Final Fantasy 14 expansion then?
God, I don't feel like we're ready.
I don't either, but
I feel like we just had. I don't know how they're ever going to top Endwalker.
But the way that they would be doing it, they would, I would think, focus on the next big thing coming out. So 16. They wouldn't be focusing on anything 14 related. It's too far down the pipe. Even if it did come out next December, we've got 16 and Final Fantasy 7 and the 17th delay of Ever Crisis before then. So yep. I don't think it would be. If it's anything, I think it's 16 for sure.
Well, especially
and
they tagged 16 in it. So
well, there you go.
I think it's pretty set in stone, which is good because last year, the big reveal last year was the gameplay trailer for Sonic Frontiers, and I was excited for it. They showed it. I loved it. That was it. This year, I don't know. A few years ago, they did like Joker from Persona 5 coming to Smash. And I don't think anything will ever break the Game Awards as much as that for me. That was insane. No one saw that coming. Literally, if you see it coming. But
I'm assuming that's a joke I don't get.
Yeah, because it's a lyric from one of the songs in the game. But
gotcha.
This is huge for Final Fantasy fans. You should definitely watch the show, root for the games, and if it's not, listen, I get it. Everyone's like, it's just a war show. Quit. I'm not being upset. It's just fun to root for something you like. And if it doesn't win, don't go giving death threats to Genshin Impact players just because Sonic Frontiers didn't win.
But if it does win, you're allowed to burn couches in the street and push over cars and stuff. Because that's what you do when your team wins, right?
Video game fans can't push over a car.
That's true. That's fair.
We're a bunch of weenies.
There's some really, really ripped game guy listening to this, like, you son of a I can push a car over.
Game guy. In an alternate universe, that's a Game Boy. The game guy.
Oh my god.
Some really ripped game guy.
The game guys seems like what they'd play on those old Nick shows where they would just slightly mess up you know what I mean, where they had pair pads and stuff like that, like iCarly.
Drake and Josh, he gets his game sphere and he goes, it's spherical. Spherical.
Is that real?
I swear to God, he gets a game.
I bet he had a game guy.
Game guy.
Oh my god,
so good.
Well, I think we've talked a little Final Fantasy tonight. So I think that if we might want to cut this one before we end up talking about something completely non-related. We've done okay, at least keeping Final Fantasy in our sights, but I see us going off the rails here.
Yeah, especially the longer I look at this website. We should probably get out of here.
So here's the thing. Just kind of a preview for the rest of the month. And if you're on board with this is my plan.
Hey, real quick, I'll interrupt you. Final Fantasy 14 is also nominated for Best Community Support, which should definitely get it because we're a bunch of angels. So vote for it.
Yeah. I think it means community support, right? So the dev teams and stuff supporting the community, not us.
Yeah, they literally recovered from one of the worst expansion launches in MMO history. You should.
What does that mean?
Definitely.
Yeah. So either way, So next week, I'm thinking we do our annual Final Fantasy gift giving, show. So it's too close to Christmas, so probably won't help anybody, but it's still fun to look at, and maybe you can use it as a guide of what to buy with any money you get at Christmas.
Yeah.
So we'll do that next week. Likely we will be off on the 27th. I'm calling it right now. I don't think we're going to be recording the week between Christmas and New Year. The 20th will be off.
But then who's going to do our New Year episode?
What do you mean?
Where we get really drunk.
We've never done that. We do one after the New Year where we make our New Year's resolutions, which reminds me, you've got about 4 weeks to get on whatever you resoluted last year.
Just like last year, I do not remember even of what it was.
I honestly think
it was to be 8 and 13.
Which you didn't even try. I think the only thing I haven't done is finish 6. I think that was the only one of mine that I haven't done, but I'll
And
have to
you
re-listen to
you
it.
won't do it again.
Probably not. Not before. I will beat it in 2023. I can tell you that right now. But I don't see me doing it before the new year. Anyway, I think that'll be it for me tonight. So look forward to next week. We're going to be talking some fun Final Fantasy products. There's been some cool stuff out there, some stuff I really want. And let's hope I don't, blow all of my money getting that. Also, a Crisis Core is not allowed to be put on this list because it's too obvious. So we can't both say, yeah, but Crisis Core came out today. No. You got
Also, I wouldn't buy anybody any cosmetics in First Soldier either because it's on its way out.
Yeah.
If it didn't already go off, I have no idea.
No, I think it's next year, early next year. So with that, you sticking with your link tree?
Link tree, baby.
Cool. I too have a link tree, actually. I now have enough stuff. I feel like I needed one. It's going to be really simple. It is wolfkins.com, and that'll take you to my link tree. And it's got all my socials on there, and it's got links to our podcast. But because I like saying this, you can find us. You can follow me on Twitter at Wolfkins, or you can follow the show at Highwind Herald. You can also go to our website, highwindherald.com. And if you're interested in D&D, you can catch us live every Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/KupoQuest. And then we also have our YouTube channel, Highwind Herald. That's where you'll find all of our video content, the live recordings of these podcasts where we talk for 10 minutes in the beginning about how to fix DaVinci Resolve. And you'll find all of the episodes of KupoQuest there. And starting next week, you're going to be able to see Soloist's playthrough of Crisis Core.
I am excited.
So, yeah, that's
I hope
where
they
we
don't
are.
hit me with anything like no streaming like they did with Stranger of Paradise.
Did they do that?
Yeah, I remember you weren't allowed to stream the end of it or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. It blanks the end. I'm sure they will, because we all know how this one ends. They're definitely going to do that for spoiler reasons.
How does it end? Actually, is it going to end the same way?
That's a good point. I don't know.
Who knows?
That'll be interesting to see if it ties into the remake universe or what's going on there. We'll find out next week. Anyway, that'll be it for me for tonight. You got anything else you want to say? Any last tangents?
No, God, don't say tangents. I can get off on a few. But I think I'm good for now.
Okay. Me too. Well, thank you all for listening again. We've got a couple more episodes before the year's out, so we're not done yet. But then we're getting ready to go into 2023 stronger than ever, I think. So we actually launched a new show this year, which was great. So who knows what we'll do next year.
It's a big year for Highwind Herald. I think what we thought would lose gas after a year is gotten way bigger than either one of us had anticipated. And I think we're stuck here until we die.
I refuse to give up now.
No, me neither.
I've got too much invested.
The steam train has rolled.
All right, you're losing the metaphor.
I'm losing
Bail.
steam. Okay.
Oh. All right, man. I will talk to you next week. Look up those